Are you a flat earther?
Yeah, I am actually, and I believe it. Can you prove it wrong? What Trump is doing right now is he is balancing the entire global market. Wisdom is way more than intelligence from going to a college. You go to any college, you get brainwashed about anything.
How many continents are there, Eric?
There's 72. There's 7 continents. Well, that we know about, that they actually let us know about. Once we get out past the ice wall, then we're going to find the rest of them.
If you got COVID and were dying, would you have gone to the doctor?
Oh, hell no.
How is threatening to annex Canada going to get us better trade deals?
With Canada, he's just trying. Look, they're doing tariffs of 246% on like dairy products and eggs and milk and stuff. So
targeted tariffs. So why don't you do targeted tariffs on dairy and milk from them?
Well, he's working his system right now. I don't know all the little details, but I guarantee you this. I will promise you that my knowledge and my wisdom outwits all of your fake news.
My fake news? What fake news?
Every source that you listen to, because man,
give me an example.
ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN. CNN's about done anyway.
Do you like AP News, NPR, PBS, and Reuters?
I don't know who you're talking about. I listen to
you don't know what AP News is? The Associated Press?
I've listened to them a couple times, but I've got other sources.
What about NPR?
I've listened to them a few. NPR is a bunch of jokes. Okay. They're jokes.
What about PBS?
PBS, I don't really listen to them.
Okay.
That's public broadcast. I mean, they used to be good, I think, 20 years ago, but now it's just a big joke too.
Why are they jokes?
Well, they got influenced by the same media that influences everybody else. The same people that pay off every news station across America to lie and to say what they want them to say, their own propaganda.
Okay, wait, I have a question. If they pay off every news station, does that include social media?
No, that's the one spot. This is the one spot that people could speak their mind, kind of.
Why would they do that with every other form of media, but just stop doing it with social media?
Well, dude, social media is so new. This is the thing, with my age,
it's not that new. I mean, like,
it's not that new now.
If they had brain cells and were controlling hold up. Let me clarify. If they had brain cells, right, and they were controlling, right, the entire reality that we live in,
right,
please explain to me why they wouldn't have put laws in immediately to ensure that if there's going to be some type of media, that there's going to be a limitation to that media being free. Well, that everyone who is a creator would just be artificially put into that place.
Actually, they do monitor it, but not as much as like normal news. I mean, they do. They monitor it. Like if I say the wrong thing on here, I'm going to get kicked off. I've got kicked off.
That's because of TikTok. That has nothing to do with the federal government.
Well, you think so, but it's all connected. They don't want us to say anything they don't want. They don't want us to say
Trump, who's getting a deal done with TikTok. Oh, actually, who's not getting a deal now? Right. Who's controlling it then? Actually, real question. Who do you think is limiting you? Do you think if it's not the federal government because it's not Donald Trump's administration?
It's still China.
China's controlling it?
TikTok, yeah.
So China wants to restrict. So why are you on an app from China? Why aren't you on a different app?
Well, that's a good question. I'm just having fun on here, man. I'm just having fun, entertaining myself for a few minutes. Yeah. Why are you on? You're making money.
Should we tariff you?
You probably should.
We should tariff you.
Yeah, exactly. You should tariff me. Look, I'm getting tariffed enough. Every day I wake up and I go to work.
Yeah, that's Donald Trump. You get tariffed.
Everything we
the largest tax increase in U.S. history.
No,
and look, you guys applauded it.
What he's doing is going to help America 100-fold. You don't see it yet. You don't understand it yet. It's before your time.
Explain to me how he's going to help us 100-fold with what he's doing.
When jobs come back to America and the tariffs are only going to be to the companies that aren't going to work with us.
Eric, can I inform you of something? Did you know that manufacturing sector wages are actually lower than service sector wages? So you're actually pushing people from service sector industries to manufacturing sector industries when you engage in that particular type of process, which actually is going to lower wages of Americans. So do you want lower or higher wages for Americans?
You don't actually want to listen to anything I have to say. You just want to say what you want to say.
I totally listened to what you had to say, and I had something that I wanted you to bring up and listen to because I think it's an important point. That's pretty interesting.
What I was saying is when you impose the tariffs, It forces companies to come here and manufacture here, which in return gives thousands of jobs, in some cases hundreds of thousands of jobs to our people here. They could be Americans, they could be foreign, they could be whoever, but they're here in America. And then they pay the taxes and it brings America back. But a lot of cases, when he's making these deals with these other countries, they're just eliminating their tariffs. We're eliminating our tariffs. And we're having free trade like it should be, and China is arguing with it, and they're going to be shut down. China's going to be shut down.
So Eric, do you want the tariffs imposed or no?
Yeah, they need to be imposed.
Okay, so if the tariffs are imposed, then that means that they're not for trade deals.
What Trump is doing right now is he is balancing the entire global market. He is balancing the entire global market by doing what he's doing.
No, he was crashing the global market. That's what he was doing.
It's 5D chess. It's 5D chess.
Are you serious? Are you actually serious right now? You think it's 5D chess? Are you serious? That was not a troll statement.
It was a total troll statement.
Okay.
It's 5D chess.
Can you give me like an actual argument?
I gave you an argument. When he's done with what he's doing, everything's going to balance out. It might take 6 months, it might take 2 years, but it's going to be, dude, we are lucky to be living in this time in the history of Earth, where we actually get to be where everything comes back and we get to prosper. But unfortunately, we have
what's going to come back and we're going to prosper, dude. I feel like you're living in a different,
all the evil.
Eric, I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I feel like we live in different realities, bro.
We probably do, because you're in a reality of
are we talking cross dimension right now, bro? Because like that's just like that's not what's going on, bro. That's not what's going on. Okay, I just got to be totally clear with you. Donald Trump is mentally incompetent. He should not be the president of the United States. He's an insane lunatic that foreign leaders laugh at and think is ridiculous. That was according to his third national security advisor, John Bolton. I mean, you're not listening to me, but
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I want to. Parker, I respect you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, his tax policy harms middle-class Americans to benefit rich people, right? He wants to cut EPA restrictions. The guy literally, through quote-unquote Doge, wanted to cut $2 trillion with Elon Musk, and it didn't happen. Now they're saying like 150 billion max, which they don't even have receipts for.
He cut more than he cut like 3 trillion.
No, they didn't.
They're on route to cut 4.5 trillion.
You want to bet?
No, because you really don't know, and I really don't know, because it's all about what they say.
What do you mean they say? No, we can verify the evidence.
Well, you're going to say, well, they didn't do it, and I'm going to say they did do it. But really, we don't know. It's all about what somebody else said. All I know is...
I'm sorry. Do you see that with everything? Are you a flat earther?
Yeah, I am, actually, and I believe it. Can you prove it wrong? NASA couldn't prove the Earth was round in 75 years.
Dude, they exist.
No photo.
Dude, unbelievable, chat. Unbelievable. How did I know it? Dude? It's like I have a crystal ball, chat. I have a crystal ball that tells me all the information. A MAGA insane conspiracy QAnonist, right? That guy, he's got to be a flat earther, man.
You're right.
I'll explain why you're wrong, Eric. Let me do it. Because that's actually such like a insane take that like I have to address this.
Dude, I love talking to you, man.
Of course. Did you know that you could be in New York and you can watch the sunset? You can go up the skyscraper to the top of the building and watch the sunset again. Can you please explain to me under your worldview how that can happen?
Well, you're at 2 different elevations, man. I mean, that's very simple. And when you're on a flat Earth, the sun, it might seem like it's gone, but if you get a high-powered telescope, you can still see the sun. It's just like you see Chicago on the other side of Lake Michigan.
You can't. You can actually, with a high-powered telescope, see the sun literally go past the horizon. But that's what happens with telescopes.
Look, 60 miles away, you're in Chicago. You could see the whole Chicago skyline.
This take, you're not even understanding refraction. You know that people who are flat earthers were literally sent to this area, right, to test this? Do you believe that those are like ops? Like set by the government?
You're right. They might all be. I got one for you. Okay, this is on a whole new level, and because I'm still just trying to figure it out myself. I just want to know if we've been lied to or not. Maybe I'm totally wrong, and it's a very good possibility. I got a question for you, Parker, because I know you're smart, and I'm not being sarcastic at all when I say this. I want to ask you this question. So in summertime, we're looking out. June, we look up in the sky and we see the stars. Okay, and we see all the constellations, right? And then it's January, and we look in the sky at night, and we see all the same constellations. But we've been traveling through the universe at like 600,000 miles an hour, and for thousands,
you're going to see them in different areas.
We see the exact same stars. How is that possible if we're not on a flat Earth?
You're going to see them from different angles, right? But you're going to see similar things, right? Because you're looking in the same areas. But so you do at different times in the year see different angles.
Yeah, we do see different angles, but how come they're the same after thousands of years? We see the same constellations. How is that possible?
Because the stars are still there. Like they're old and they stay there for a long time.
We're traveling around the sun,
here, let me give you an universe. When we are looking at them, the way that we are seeing them is that the light is getting to us. So we're actually seeing it in the past, essentially, if we're talking about the time that we're currently in right now. It's about the light getting to us. So, right, it's all about light, right, where it's coming from, right, things like that. Do you believe that light speed is a real thing?
Yeah, I believe it's a real thing. But do you believe in God? Do you believe in?
No,
you don't. Okay, so I knew that. I'm sorry, but the thing is, it's in the Bible. It says, the firmament above us, it keeps the water from us. I mean, there's a reason it's in there, and I don't necessarily.
Wait, do you seriously think that the Bible justifies being flat Earth? Being a flat Earther?
Honestly, I don't necessarily believe that completely, because I believe the Bible was mostly written by man, and I believe in a higher power and a God because of my own natural belief and my intuition and my wisdom. I don't believe in it because some man told me about it.
That's a lot of words for just saying you feel like it, bro.
Well, you know what? I'm a little bit more I have a little more wisdom than most people, and wisdom is way more than intelligence from going to a college. You go to any college, you get brainwashed about anything. It doesn't make you smart.
What did I get brainwashed with?
I'm not saying you got brainwashed. I'm not going to go into details. I will say one thing. I mean, if you believe that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, I'm sorry, we're actually good leaders for America. I mean, that's a brainwash. If you believe that our government didn't completely
better than Donald Trump, I mean, if you think that Donald Trump was a good leader, you're brainwashed.
Yeah.
See, when you made the claim, it wasn't actually true. But when I made the claim, it actually was true. If you literally think that the 34 count felon, proven sexual abuser, fraudster who tried to undermine the integrity of the election, our rule of law, our constitution, right, literally bragged about walking the changing rooms of girls in Miss USA because he quote unquote owns the place to inspect them with other consent. If you think that guy who just intentionally crashed the markets for fun you think that guy is going to be the candidate that's going to be good, then you're probably brainwashed.
In a few months, do you know what's going to happen to the markets in a few months? They're going to be higher than they've ever been.
Also, I forgot. You also believe the Earth is flat, right? Let me add that one on top.
Yeah, throw that out there, because you know what's
how many continents are there, Eric?
There's 72. There's 7 continents. Well, that we know about, that they actually let us know about. Once we get out past the ice wall, then we're going to find the rest of them.
You see what I mean? So actually, Chad, there are many continents past the ice wall. You just gotta make it to the ice wall, and I promise you. Here, can you, Eric, can you tell me how we are able to circumnavigate our Antarctica?
You can easily how come they've never flown past Antarctica?
I don't even know what you're saying. They have. Now, can you tell me how? No, seriously, answer my question. How are we able to circumnavigate Antarctica in the amount of miles, right, that we are, if it is the case that it's an ice wall around the entirety of every continent?
How many miles is it?
I mean, I can look it up. 1,400 miles, noctomiles. That doesn't make any sense for that to be around all of the continents.
What is your source of looking that up? Was that Google by chance? Probably.
Well, it's going to be from scientists that have. It's literally from the National Oceanic.
No, that's Google, because everything on Google, like if I look up why are I can't even say what I'm about to say because I'll get kicked off here. But
what makes you think you'll get kicked off?
Then they tell me something different because they won't tell me what I want to hear. So you have to go to a reputable source or somebody that's not part of the system to actually get any kind of facts. You can't go to.
I have a question. If you break your arm, would you go to the doctor?
Yes, I would go to the doctor to get it set. But if I was sick and I had stomach illness, I would not go to the doctor to get it fixed. I would.
Okay. If you got COVID and were dying, would you have gone to the doctor?
Oh, hell no.
Or
Hell,
think of
that's
the
the last
$5?
thing.
No, you
They-
wouldn't.
No, they'd put a damn mask on you and you'd probably die.
Wow, that you think the
I've
mask?
got COVID
You
like
think the
4 or
mask?
5 times.
Wait, to clarify, you think the mask was killing people?
Well, the mask is not. When you're sucking in your own bacteria from the mask does not filter out anything.
Sucking in your own bacteria from the
When you
mask.
cough and sneeze, it's putting out, everything goes right through that mask. That mask is not made for
No, not everything goes through the mask.
Okay,
you know,
well,
like
most
how
of it.
COVID is spread. It attaches itself to water droplets,
Right.
and those water droplets are limited, especially by N95 masks.
They're limited barely.
No, they are heavily limited by N95 masks.
Okay, well, that's why Dr. Fauci stopped wearing his mask at the games, and he said that they were not effective.
Dr. Fauci being a hypocrite does not mean that the statement that N95 masks are effective is true.
And he's probably gonna get. I can't talk about that either. Anyway, so
I don't. You say crimes against humanity? Shut the hell up, dude. You have no evidence of that. You sound like a guy from GTA 6 radio. Like seriously, Eric, the GTA 6 radio when it comes out, it's going to be predicated off of these debates, right? This conversation is going to be played over and over again.
I hope they record. They copy this conversation.
Yeah, GTA 6 is going to license out my content so that they can put it on the radio.
That would be awesome, dude. Because I'd be on there.
That would be insane. I mean, it would fit.
They'd be like, dude, that dude was right. We should have listened to him at Flat Earth and all this stuff. They were like, they'd be blown away by the content. You'd be lucky to have me on your show.